You excited for the rut next year?
I am now because I've got so much time off.
Yeah.
Why have we got so much time off?
I'm taking my long service leave.
Is that what they call it?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Nah, I've got I'd say 8 weeks to do the rut this year, so it's going to be pretty good. That's the reason why I've been training and shit, because like the last few years, I've only really been able to do the Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or the weekends, and then some weekends I can't go. So it's like 3 days, and you know the amount of like Ks that we do in those hills, they're like that. So 8 weeks, I'm thinking I need to actually get proper fit. Like, and I want to do camp outs and stuff there. But like, what was the first one he ever? Do you think that hill was bad that we did in the rut? You were in, was that you? Yeah.
Like when you said the fucking deer was 80 metres away and it was about fucking 20 metres.
Oh my god.
We did one, the first one, that was the first one that you came back from your trip overseas.
Yeah.
And we did 15,743, I think. I've still got it in my phone.
Yeah.
But Dad dropped us way in this back paddock, and he said, "Oh, like hunt around this area, and I'll pick you up because it's like sort of near like a fire trail where you can get the car." So we started letting off a few calls and stuff, and heard one in the distance, heard a couple more, and we're like, "Oh yeah, we'll go for this one. Yeah, it's all good." Start hiking in, calling. Doesn't sound like it's getting any closer. Walking in. We're like, but at that stage, you got like adrenaline pumping because it's calling back, and like long story short, we I don't even know how far we went, but
I think it was like close to.
We went up and down 3 like I'm gonna call them mountains because that's what they are, and we got just to the top, and I said, "Stop! It's got to be here somewhere," and we just let a call off, and this one let a call off, and I'm like, "All right," so we crouched down beside a bit of lantana. And this one walked out, and I lined it up with the rifle, and just to the left of it, I thought it was a huge, like, proper big stag, because this stag that I had was a 4-pointer, the one that I lined up. That's the one, we thought there was only one there, and then this other thing walked out, and I didn't get a good look at its head, but it towered over this other thing, shot it. It went down, we were cheering, we walked up to it, and I've still got photos of it, bro. It's the biggest red deer. It was like a moose. It was only a spot. It was a spiker, yeah? It was only a spiker.
Huge,
and it had no teeth, so it would have been like old. But for some reason, only had little spikes. And this thing was an absolute beast. The amount of meat that we got off it was like insane.
And the worst thing was when you shot it, it rolled down that hill a little bit.
That's the worst part when they roll.
It was so hard to try and get everything off. But then, like, this is like close to like lunchtime, I reckon. We got dropped in the dark.
Yeah.
Close to lunchtime, and I was up the top of a mountain, obviously, so I could call Dad. And I said, "Oh, we're here." And he goes, "Oh, you'll have to walk back." And I'm thinking, walk back like to the cabin from here. And I'm just and Michael goes, how do you know where to go? And I just looked, and I'm like, well, the power lines go past it, so we're going to have to go. And I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4. Fucking hell, bro. The farm's over there. Like, that's how far we've got to go. And he's like, really? I said, yeah. So we tried to stay on the trails as best we could. But, oh, dude. And then we're climbing up hills like this on all fours at one stage.
Yeah.
We got back to camp about, I'm going to say close to 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
And lucky it was, honestly, I couldn't walk for nearly a week afterwards. As soon as I sat down, all the blood ran to my like legs, and I couldn't even get up afterwards, like to put the meat away. Mum had to come and like put the meat in bags and stuff. We were absolutely
rooted. To make it worse, at that time we weren't even, like now we've got proper boots to go hunting.
Oh yeah, steel cap work boots. I'll give a quick shout out to Crispy Boots actually, because for how many years has it been since we've been hunting? And we've just been hunting in work boots. And then Dad goes and gets a pair of lowers, I think. Yeah, and he's like raving about it, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'll have a look. Oh, I'm not paying that much for boots, fuck that.
They're like $800 these boots.
Yeah, but then I got on to Dean from Wild Antler, and like that's another story. I'll go into that at another time because that's another hunting story. But he ended up giving me a good deal on these Crispies that someone had ordered, they were the right size, so he gave me a better price. I'm like, I still don't really want to pay that much for boots, but I got to get some because this is fucked. I'm getting shin splints and everything. So I bought them, and the one regret I have about buying them is I didn't buy them 5 fucking years ago.
Literally.
Yeah.
I went down the next, or 2 weeks after I was going on a fallow deer hunt down south at Inverell. I wore those boots and I walked 33 kilometres over the like the 2 days, and not one shin splint, not nothing. Like I got up and went to the gym on the Monday morning and I was absolutely fine. Like those boots,
Worth it.
I can't believe, like, I'm so pissed off at myself that I hadn't done it sooner. Like just the price of it. If you're hunting every week and you've got to get a pair of those boots.
You need quality gear, eh? Like you get what you pay for, I reckon.
Boots and binos, they're the 2 most important things of hunting.
Double Bs.
Yeah, double Bs, 100%.
Yeah.
Well, you know your the bushnells you got, like they're good, but then when the sun goes down, like
those what are they? Likers?
yeah, the Likers, they're just another step above.
Incredible.
What's Glennie got now? He's got the
He's got like
Nay Schwartz,
the Volt
yeah.
or something.
Yeah, I
They're
bought
good
his.
as well.
I bought his Likers off him.
Yeah.
I
and,
prefer the
yeah.
Likers personally. I reckon they're better. I still reckon.
I like them. Those bushnells with the rangefinder in them, they're good binos. But as soon as the sun goes behind the hill, when they're dark, and it just comes out in its own, and you'll find with good quality binos, if you've got a full moon, I've tried it out at the farm before. If you've got a full moon and light, and you have good binos, you can see at the night time. Like probably out to, I'm going to say close to, it'd be 200 meters because that's where the last target is, and you can, it's like they suck the light in. Yeah.
Oh, we're talking like $5,000 binos here, but I reckon if you're like if that's
you get second-hand ones, but if you want the rangefinder and stuff and everything in them, they're expensive.
But they're worth it because, as Glennie would say, you buy them once, you buy them for life.
Yeah.
You're not, upgrading every 2 years, and you end up spending twice as much.
Yeah, exactly, and buying it twice. Well,
to
the bushnells
keep
are
upgrading.
I think they were on discount from $1,200 or $1,300 down to like maybe $800.
Yeah.
And they were for a first pair of binos. Like they've been.
Well, I had
great,
those bushnells, for ages, and they're just like a spare pair now. So if someone comes with me and they don't have stuff, they can use those ones. But do you really need the rangefinder in them? Not for me personally, bow hunting, but doing long range shooting and stuff. Yeah, they're amazing. Like they'll go out to, I think you can pin stuff at 1,200 meters with them. Probably further.
I think Glennie's is 15. I think his new ones are 1,500 meters. He was saying.
Yeah.
It probably would go
that's
further.
a fucking long way.
That's a long distance. Yeah, definitely. Especially like in the afternoon, the sun's setting down, it's getting more darker, and those, it's fucking far, man.
It is.
When it's sort of like funny weather and it's far away, it's fucking.
Even 500 meters, like I've been there when he's made shots at 500 meters.
So far away.
It's nothing to to blink at. It's a long way to make that shot.
100 meters feels far when you're running it, let alone 500 meters. Like,
it's 540
feels like something like this. Smaller.
Well, Glennie hasn't been shooting and hitting him like
Yeah,
that.
well,
some of those binos have like anti-fog features in them, I'm pretty sure, and that would have come in handy the time that, like, there was a lot of dew on the ground and we'd been stalking in on these deer and this huge, I think it was a 12 or a 13 pointer, massive, like real thick antlers. We'd been stalking in on it for a while and we got within, I'm going to say probably 150, maybe 180 meters of him, and he was like etching further and further up towards the thick shit, as Tommy would say. And once they go in there, there's no way of getting them back out. So Dad's gone, I'm going to have to take this shot. So he's lined up, and
he said that a few times, hasn't he?
The binos were all right, but he'd had his scope cover off. So as he's lined it up, the whole thing's just fogged. Like, can't see shit. This thing's just cruising, eating, and he's going, fuck, toilet paper, because he always carries toilet paper. So he's wiped it up, but it just makes it worse. Like, you got to keep your, that deer's still running around today. But crawling through that stuff, and that's why those, like the binos with that anti-fog stuff in it, I think you actually
There's something you wipe on there.
It's either spray or it's a wipe.
Yeah, yeah.
I forget what someone gave me one to try ages ago. It might be a wet wipe or something.
Yeah,
but it works.
It's like a ceramic coat or something.
Yeah.
The actual.
I don't know what it is, but it works. So you can get them for your GoPros as well to put. You remember the old GoPros?
Like for their prescription glasses and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You want to spit on it a little bit?
No. I'm gonna have to get more of them before they're up.
I was going to ask you, your new bow that you're going to get, do you know what you want?
Still, I'm gonna know, but I think I'll go the Hoyt Alpha.
Yeah.
I want to go and test a few though, like.
Yeah.
Just in
Are you
case.
going to go to that new shop up at Sykes Creek there?
Which
one's that?
Venture.
Yeah.
They've got a what's it called?
They got Rangers there.
Ranger.
Range.
I don't know. I was like, I want to go check it out, but I do like I like Abbey archery. That's.
Check both, like because you can go to Abbey. You can go to Abbey, and on your way back go to Venture.
Yeah.
Because Abbey will have a
Abbey's
larger.
further.
Whoever's going to give me the better price, that's where I'm going to go.
Abbey has a what's it called? A place, a range in there to shoot as well. Because I shot an Abbey last time.
Yeah, that's where I go.
Yeah.
They tune your bow and everything.
Yeah. When are you getting a bow?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I only got.
Do you have a gun license?
No, I've applied. I've got the paperwork.
Yeah.
There. I've actually. Just
Fuck, I've been telling him for ages.
Now that Trump's in, we'll be alright. No, I don't know. I just like at the moment. I just enjoy going. It's just good to get out and like eating heaps of meat. Personally, it's actually good to go and harvest your own meat.
So can we get on to this a little bit? Because for someone who's never been hunting and stuff before I took you last time, were your thoughts different on it to what they are now?
No, I don't think so. Because I've always enjoyed fishing, and fishing's the same.
But I think a lot of people,
they don't look at it like that.
No, they look at hunting as if, he's just gonna kill. Yeah. He's just going out there to kill it. And when you try to explain to somebody, it's not the kill, and that's not what hunting is about. It's everything up to and everything after that. That is what hunting is. The
kill is a split second. Like you think of how quickly a bullet travels from the gun to the animal. It's over in a flash. Like that's it. It's, as Sam said, it's the lead up. It's how you get it. I guess it's the story that plays out in front of you while you're doing it. But like a few people, I guess questioned. I didn't think you're into it or whatever. And it's like but you see people, and I've done it myself. Like big yellowfin comes up the side of the boat or whatever. You just stick a gaff in it, pull it over, and that's the fish done. It's no different to putting a deer down either with a bow or a gun. And just like you take the fish back to the filleting table and fill it all up, take it home. We're doing the same with the deer.
I understand. Really I do understand it to a point, but when the people come at you and start like having their strong opinions, and it's like, bro, you eat meat from the supermarket. Like, don't come at me for getting my own. Like, you go if you eat meat from a supermarket, right? You're walking past the meat industry makes those packaging so pretty, like a cow jumping over a rainbow, and you pick up a thing. No, it is. But you look at the butter, and stuff. They put stuff on there that has nothing to do with, like, you don't know where that meat's come from. You're not attached to that meat. So I'm going the opposite direction to what vegans go. If you can't be there while a deer gets shot, you shouldn't be eating meat. Or if you can't, you don't have to, but if you can't accept that's what it is. Because that's what death is, part of life, and that's just what it is. Your processed meat that they're desensitizing you for you going up and looking at a patty that's in this nice packet, and you're like, oh fuck yeah, that's like, you don't even think that it's like, you're just picking it up, going straight in my basket, all good. You don't know, you don't even know, like, you've got to look at that and say, that's an animal, that's had a life, I'm about to eat that now.
And the example is the bolt.
Yeah.
It's like you go from one hand, you shooting it, you cutting it up to take it home, to somehow it dies, goes through a machine, gets packaged, and I get a bolt.
Yeah. No, but think of how many hands that's gone through.
Was
like,
it 10 mil?
It probably was 13.
13.
I understand people looking at it like, oh, that's so dirty, like the way that you're, like, you've got grass and you've got hair in it and stuff, and it's like, I know I've got grass and I know I've got hair because I'm doing it. But you got some guy over here that hasn't washed his hands and pass it on to another bloke that hasn't washed his hands, and it goes through 10 fucking machines, and then you pick it up in a pretty packet and think that's all good. You got your example, you got my example from fucking Woolworths when I was like, got this thing of meat from Woolies, like hardly ever get it from Woolies. It's like the garlic one with the thing in it. I'm like, oh,
the garlic butter.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, fuck. It has seasoning on it. It's a little bit green, but I'm like, oh, doesn't really look right.
Yeah.
Pull it up, smell it. Oh, it doesn't really have a smell to it. Cook it, and it's I'm like looking at it thinking, fuck, that seasoning, like, just doesn't look right, eh? And I took one bite and I've just gone, fuck. It was off, bro. And the date on it was fine.
Yeah.
And like, what do? Like, take it back and they want to give me another green thing of meat.
Yeah.
Nah, not having that.
I just think people are so, like, protected. Like, we're very protected from what the real world is, like what actually happens. You know, like, your meat just doesn't end up in a packaging sitting at Woolies or Coles or Aldi or wherever you shop. Like, there's a process it goes through to get there, and people are good at just, you know, like, putting up this fucking bullshit smoke screen that, it just fucking fell out of the sky or was grown on a tree. It doesn't work like that.
No.
Yeah.
You know, that's a living animal, but I think when you do what we do, whether it be fishing, hunting, you know, any of that sort of stuff, you actually have more appreciation for the animal itself and for the process that it goes through. There's no, like that deer that you were saying that you've, you know, taken you sort of 6 months to eat, there's no in between, you know, bullshit.
Yeah.
There's no way a bolt's getting into that. Like,
And if you process it properly, like it, you know, a lot of people go, oh yeah, but deer tastes gamey, this tastes gamey. I can honestly say, hand on heart, I've never had a gamey deer tasting meat, and I put it down to the gamey taste is people that don't know how to process it properly. Like, if you're going through, right, you shoot the deer, you fuck around, get a photo, like happy days, you cut it up, have a laugh with your mate, you go and chuck it straight on the ice straight away instead of letting it cool down, then it goes hard, and then some guy might leave it. Like, personally, I wouldn't eat meat from somebody who I didn't know was a serious hunter. Like, if some avid hunter goes, hey mate, I got some deer for you, do you want it? I might be polite and take it, and then I'll make jerky, but I wouldn't cook it up because I don't know how that's been processed. I know the proper way of doing it. You don't do certain things, but that's the only way I can think of meat tasting gamey. I could be completely off with it.
I think we're, again, like, you buy your meat from Coles and Woolies. How the fuck do you know what you're actually getting?
Yeah.
But maybe the venison is what meat is supposed to taste like, and then you get that. That's why people chuck like you can eat. Remember salt and pepper? Were you there? Salt and pepper venison straight off the deer, or was that you? No, that might have been you. Yeah. Paddocks of plate. Yeah. You cook it up, salt and pepper. You don't even need salt and pepper, and it melts in your mouth. So I guarantee, if you go and get a steak from the supermarket, you've got to season it and everything. It just tastes bland. Like, is the meat in the venison? Is the venison meat what meat is supposed to taste like? And people just have a different palate.
I think, like, when we buy steaks, they're not pre-cut. We just buy like a whole rib fillet and then obviously cut it up. And like, I don't even season them. I just on a barbie, and then I do not pre-season. Like, I just put a tiny little bit of seasoning on them afterwards, and the flavors are just, like, it's just, they're so good. Like, I don't even go out and buy steak nowadays.
That's steak from the butcher, eh?
That's what I mean.
Not your packet stuff.
No, I would never buy a packet steak again, man. Like, there's just no, fuck that. And
what was the thing?
What's
the thing? I'm with that. But what did you used to say? Anything that's easy and convenient isn't good.
Anything that doesn't fucking come from the ground or have a face on it, you shouldn't fucking.
Yeah, but anything that's convenient. So if you can grab a packet of chips, open it up, and start eating it, you don't need to cook it. It's probably not good for you.
Anything that's not processed, like even, I don't know, without, I guess, like sugar and shit like that, sugar cane, like that's all processed to get it into sugar. Like, Whereas meat is not like if you buy proper meat, it's not processed. Like again, what the fuck is lean mince?
Yeah.
I'm actually like, if someone out there can fucking tell me what lean mince
is it less fat in there?
Apparently fat's bad for you.
Yeah.
No.
Like, what is lean mince, man?
Like
how does it? Does it come from the left-hand side of the cow and not the right-hand side?
Yeah.
Like, I honestly don't know, man.
Doesn't make sometimes it's just pretty words, pretty packaging, like you were saying.
Yeah.
Even like with the butter, man, butter should just be milk
that's it.
Churns and becomes
well, it's even
butter.
like with the whole lean. I don't know. I have a fucking thing on lean mince, but they
do you?
But they say, oh, it's less calories and it's less this. How the fuck do you know?
Yeah.
Just because the packaging says it.
What's actually less calories in
like,
there?
I don't like, for me anyway, when I was losing weight, I never fucking counted calories, man. Because I had 3 different apps simultaneously open, and each app for a fucking rib fillet steak threw out different calories.
Yeah, so how do you know what you actually
get? So how do you know?
He put me onto it. What'd you lose? 20-something kilos.
I think I was at 26 kilos, and then I put a couple kilos on the last couple of months.
Yeah, we are going back to what we touched on earlier, but have you done the diet yet?
No.
So he put me onto it, and I was like, oh, I don't want to lose weight. And he's like, no, you won't lose weight, you'll tone up and stuff. And I reckon within a week, maybe a little bit longer. You reckon a week and a half?
I reckon about 2.5 weeks I started to notice it, but you stopped taking protein shakes as well.
Yeah, and I didn't lose weight because I was weighing myself still, but my pants were getting like a bit loose on me, and it was the fat and stuff. So I started to lean down, but I never lost any weight on it. But that, to be fair, I was eating like bigger amounts of stuff, so you wouldn't have been eating.
No, I was eating a little bit less. Well, I wasn't really. Like, I mean, a normal day of eating, I wouldn't eat all day. I found not eating, I felt better. And then I would come home and have, like, I'd have 5 eggs, a steak, like a 300-gram steak, 5 eggs, a whole avocado. I usually used to have about 100 grams of Parmesan cheese.
Yeah.
Probably 200 grams of mince. Like, there's a lot of fucking...
Yeah, was it lean mince?
Yeah,
but doing it, bro, you're way more energy, hey. And that brings me to, if you're doing a marathon or a triathlon or something like that, why do they tell you to carb load if you get more energy? Like, are we just going along?
Viewers, man.
Yeah, yeah, we're gonna get cancelled. But why is that a thing? Like going like you
they reckon like carbs turns into energy and all this sort of shit. And look, I actually don't give a fuck. My philosophy is just do whatever makes you feel better.
Yeah, but I'm just...
I agree, man. Like, I've tested it on myself, is...
You eat bread
if I eat bread, I dead set want to fucking lay down and have a nap.
Yeah.
Whereas if I eat like a steak or something, you know, eggs or even like a bit of avocado, even like raspberries or fruit, there's no come down. Like, you feel full, but you feel like you can just go and take on fucking anything. You don't actually, man, if you go and have like a big feed of pasta or carb load or whatever, you just want to fucking sit in a chair and die.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. Yeah. And coming from an Italian background, man, fuck, that's all I grew up on.
I thought you were Egyptian.
Oh, slightly. No, man, I don't know. Like, there'll be people out there that say, no, you need carbs, they give you energy.
Yeah.
And I've seen videos, people fucking take carb powder before they go to the gym.
Yeah, I was guilty.
I was
guilty of that.
Like, did that shit ever exist back in the day, like where obesity was way lower than what it is now as well? Like, more kids have got all these fucking health issues and shit now, but yet we're in a time where we take so many there's a fucking supplement for everything.
But you know what's actually interesting is, if you're in Italy, the pastas that you're getting there are going to be completely different to what you're getting here, just because of how it's grown. Like here, the grain and the wheat, there's so much shit pumped into it.
And they spray so much shit.
Nah, you can't convince me carbs are good anymore. I'm sold. I'm sold.
No, I agree. Like,
I'm sold. I'll keep eating my venison for breakfast.
I just think there's fucking supplements for everything, man. I just, like that's why I said to you, like with your protein shakes, I'm like, dude, fuck your protein shakes. Just have some fucking eggs and a steak before you go to the gym.
I really shouldn't do this because we're like we're nearly an hour into this, but I'm going to just bring up one more thing because I know he gets wound up on it. So, seeing as we're on the health thing again, What do you think of these like online trainers like saying that you should like these foods are better for you? What?
Yeah, I mean, like, there's definitely a market for it, and good on them for doing it. Like, there's some people out there that have, man, they make some fucking good content. They get a lot of followers, and make a lot of money. I would love to be in a position to do that, but I just think that they all just, like they say, oh, swap out a normal Coke for a Coke no sugar.
Yeah.
Why not just drink fucking water?
Like
that's my, you know, and like I was watching one today, man. I don't even know, like they always come up in my feed because I always just like to watch them. Honestly, I do. I think it's reassuring for me personally, but I was watching one today and this guy goes, there's just some things you can't go without, and he throws a fucking packet of Tim Tams in the basket. Yeah. It's like, where the fuck is the discipline in that? Go without it.
Yeah, exactly.
Just, that's how I lost so much weight, and everyone said to me, oh, you're not going to fucking maintain it. Well, I have. Like, I haven't actually, I put a couple of kilos back on because I did like a really hard cut because I wanted to be under 90 kilos by certain points. I did like a 72-hour water fast and all that sort of shit. And I got to like 88 kilos, and then now I just fluctuate between like 90, 91. Yeah.
I'm not gonna knock him because he's done really well, but when he come marlin fishing, I don't know what you weighed then, but
I would have been 115 kilos.
And he was like, admittingly you got seasick, but he was fucking, it was fucked.
Yeah, I was fucked. Like, that's the thing. I'm not like,
even holding the fish beside the boat after the first.
I couldn't do anything. Like, none of the clothes I fucking wore fit me. Like, I was just
and now
it's just the cunt of the time. Like, it was just.
And now up and down the mountains, chainsawing.
I'm not even that. Like, to be fair, I've still got. I personally still have a little bit to go. But yeah, like on the personal trainer thing or whatever, like, you know, they say, I'll put it to you like this, right? They say you need to eat like 6 or 7 times a day. Yet animals and dogs, we're always told you just feed your dog one. Like, you feed your dog. I got a Labrador at home, right? Beautiful dog, but he's a little fat fucker at the moment. And it's because he eats twice a day. Yeah. And at the moment, he's only eating once a day, and he's already he's leaning up. And for him getting older, like, it's for his joints and all that sort of shit. So if dogs can only eat once a day, and they only eat when they're hungry, they go and like hunt their prey when they're hungry. They don't just go to the fucking pantry and go, oh, I need a fucking snack. Convenient? What's convenient? There's no convenience out there. And so I started to try and take that approach. But yeah, with the personal trainers, like, I think there's definitely a market there, but it's like a mediocre market. Yeah. It's like, turn to us if you've got no other fucking option, and we'll get you fit, and we'll, you know, eat all the same foods, and like that fucking man shake, lose the beer gut without losing the beers. Like, but to be fair, people, like, there's proven results that people have lost weight, but I don't look at it like that, man. I look at fueling my body like the best. If you owned a Ferrari, you wouldn't go and put fucking E10 fuel in it. You would go and put the best fuel on the market. That's how you have to treat your body.
But in saying that, you can be fit and unhealthy. Yeah. Oh,
you can be, man.
You want to be fit and healthy. You can be fit and look great, and you're going out and doing drugs and shit and smashing beers and shit on the weekend. That's not genetics. For me. That's not.
No, 100%.
I want to be healthy as well.
It's genetics, man. Some people just naturally don't hold weight. For me personally, if I don't exercise and if I don't like eat quality foods, like my cousin, for an example, man, he eats so much shit, but he's like this. And he'd do like fucking 30 chin-ups. Now, I'd barely be able to do fucking 2.
But what's on the inside, though?
That's exactly right. It's what's on the inside. Again, it comes down to, like, would you give your car shit oil if it's a performance car? If you're going to go and race it over the weekend, no, you would fuel it with... And there'd be people out there and go, yeah, where the fuck's the fun in that? But it's like... It just comes down to discipline, man. It just comes down to, like, sticking to what you think is best. And I just did what I thought was best for me. And even at the moment, like, I'm not 100% strict, and I feel tired, I feel a little bit run down. I had a fucking massive migraine yesterday. Whereas when I was, like, really into it, man, I fucking never had so much energy before. Like, it was just insane, man. I just say to people, like, just try it. It's not the answer. Yeah. I don't think you ever find the answer, but just fucking try it. And that's why the hunting with the, you know, getting your own meat and shit appealed to me so much. Even though I'd been a couple of times beforehand, but just being able to do that was just the best. And even Glennie was fucking, when I first started it, man, he was like, fuck, why would you do that? Fucking blah, 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 while he's shoveling fucking lollies into his mouth. But nowadays, people don't like, and Glenn, I just use Glenn as an example because I was seeing him a lot on the weekends, and he's always like of the old school mentality and all that sort of shit, which is fine. But now he doesn't knock it because the results are there.
Yeah.
And they're not even like, I'm not even finished, but I just think people need to look outside of that little fucking circle, the little go to Coles and do your shopping. Look outside.
Well, it's like there's so much advertising going into making that other side so much.
There's
more
so
appealing.
much money to be made because people these days can't fucking think for themselves. People can't even tie their shoelaces.
It's a bit of a conspiracy thing here, but I feel like
let's not get into this. We're already halfway. We might have to wrap this up soon.
I'll endorse Trump while we're here.
Convenience always leads to like shit eating places, and as well. 90% of like your serotonin and your feelings that should come from your gut. So you're eating crap food
100%.
Changes the way you feel and the way you communicate and do things. So it's just gonna go from that to then getting sick, going to pharmaceuticals, getting on things that are just fucking. It's a cycle of money. It's
exactly right, man. At the end of the day, like it's everything we do, like fitness, and it's a fucking business, man. Everyone is out to make fucking money. No one really gives a fuck about that person. It's like. They just want to make money, and if they can do something to make millions of dollars and drive fucking Lamborghinis and live in millions, fuck, good on them. They found the winning ticket. But they found the winning ticket, man. Yeah. But I don't need millions of dollars.
I just need to be able to sit here, chat shit with you, go hunting, go fishing, and just live life.
Shoot a few deer.
Catch a few marlin. Don't need a lot of money. My little cabin, happy days.
Get fucked on the casting couch.
That's for extra fun.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Alright, we might need to wrap it up, because we're at like past an hour. So you want to plug Flavor Studios or?
Yes, well, we're shooting here out of Flavor Studios, which is a content creating studio.
They sponsor us, and so does High Calibre Clothing. Is Jess in
Where's
there?
the fucking director gone?
Jess, let's flick the camera around. Jess can introduce herself. Look, Jess is hiding in over here. No, I'm going to film here, this is Flavor Studios.
Welcome. You did really well. The only thing I disagree with is I need millions.
Nah, I don't need millions. I hope that